Good morning, sports fans, F1 fans around the world. I hope you are all having a fabulous Saturday here today. And thank you so much for joining us for this watch back with the Dutch Grand Prix. I am James Parfitt, and today I will be joined by my good friend Farrell is joining me in the box today and to watch this FP3. Now, Zandvoort itself, absolutely classic circuit here in the Netherlands. And as you know, last year Verstappen took the victory, Hamilton was second, Bottas was first. Is Verstappen going to take pole this year? Only we will know later on, but let us know in the chat. Tell me what you think. The poll is up. Who's going to take pole? Let us know what you are thinking. And I think it's now time to bring in Ferrell into the booth. Ferrell, how are you today, young sir?
Dentist pain, basically. I'm not going to be talking too much, I guess, as I really need to kind of stretch my jaw back up so I can even eat something. But it's not going too bad apart from that. I mean, it's looking like another warm and breezy day in Zandvoort right at the coast. So I think we're not having the too eventful free practice 3 here, but no one knows. I mean, we still have some dangerous drivers out on the track, like I don't know, Gotifi, for example. So might always throw a wrench in the works or something. So
do,
let's see
do,
what's going to be happening.
do you reckon he will?
I don't think so. It's really a little bit breezy, not too windy, nice and warm, no rain in sight, everything's dry. So yeah.
Yeah, Jose Ferrell has had a wonderful trip to the dentist, and is going to be very quiet today. Bless him. He is, you know, we know we don't like the dentists at the best of times. I very rarely go to the dentist, to be honest. I only go if I drag there with my tooth falling out. But apart from that, I do not go to the dentist. I don't like them. I just can't get used to the dentist. It just seems unnecessary pain, Ferrell. But what did you have done, young sir?
I had a wisdom tooth removed.
Ouch.
So yeah. Thing is, I'm fairly lucky with my dentist as it is one of those, private, very elitist ones. Incredibly expensive, but as he is a friend of the family, I got basically one of the best dentists in the area for more or less free.
Nice.
So yeah, I actually with wisdom tooth removal and how I've seen that going with other people, I was not expecting to be commenting or casting on any session this weekend. I wasn't expecting to do anything but eating cold soup and lie there in pain, but it's actually going quite well.
Well,
So yeah.
I, I have a wonderful horror story from the dentist. I had to go and get a wisdom tooth taken out, and I ended up in basically it was like almost like a hospital where the dentist was operating out of. First sign, probably shouldn't have gone there. And it was like a scene out of Hostel. I had my dentist with one knee across me, a pair of pliers in my mouth, and pulling frantically at a tooth that wouldn't come out. And yeah, to say I was in pain for the next week or so was a little bit of an understatement, to be fair, young man. My cheek swelled out and it was all a bit nasty. But it was like a scene out of a horror movie. I've got to be honest. I think, it wasn't good. But yours sounds a lot more cleaner than that. So I'm glad you didn't have the knee across the stomach trying to pull a tooth out.
Yeah, no, it was all very, very professional, apart from the dentist assistant being there on her first day, kind of. So that was kind of weird. If you like gag on the suction thing they stick down and everything, that was kind of weird, but yeah. Um I don't know. We are about 6 minutes away from practice, and there is not really anything we haven't already talked about. So I have a neat little horror story of my appendix removal. As like,
Oh,
yeah, I
I got one
was
of them.
yeah. So like, basically, I got a genetic condition which gets my connective tissue like really elastic, like snake people. Basically, I can fit to a through a tennis rack if I wanted to, and I can dislocate my shoulder as a fun little party trick without being in pain. Um,
Cool.
yeah, the thing is, depending on that, I only know really two levels of pain. I either have no pain or I have pain. So if I have broken a bone or just got a scratch from my cat, it feels the same. So I wasn't really aware that I have this appendix inflammation. And it took me about 2 days until I was like, yeah, well, maybe I should go to a hospital with that. And yeah, I was in immediate emergency care there. Like I didn't even really walk into the ER, and they were already there with a bed and removing my clothes and everything, sticking needles all over me to give me like antibiotics and stuff like that. And it was really just about the guy, the anesthesiologist I was having, because he looked like he was really drugging out on the stuff he was giving his patients there. Like literally, he had like no pigments at all. Like he was just white. He had bright white eyes, white hair. Was about, I don't know, 6, 7 feet tall, but had a maximum of a body weight of like 45 kilograms or something, so like 90 pounds. He really looked like death himself.
Mm.
And well, they have to for going putting you into narcosis, they have to intubate you. And
Yeah.
so I was there, barely conscious, on that hospital bed. And then was this guy coming in, looking like death himself, looking me deep in the eye, and first thing he said was just like, "Can I see your neck, please?"
No. See you later. That would have
Yeah,
been me.
that
I'd have
was
been running away on that one.
yeah,
Def-
no, that was very weird, and yeah, it didn't get any better from there, as it was a very old hospital, and it was a coronary before, so I was literally pushed through those ceramic rooms in like the 70s green, with just the sterile lamps, and everything was just there with like these chrome steel doors.
Mm.
Really, really looked like out of a 70s horror movie.
Nice. So we got obviously comments in chat as well. Racist statistics post. James, I have a horror story. Dentist was pulling what out hour and a half, eventually put his leg on my chair and pulled with two hands. Now that was like what I had. I've got to be honest. It was literally put his arm, well, it was a woman actually at the time. She literally put her arm across my chest and her knee up on my, literally across my leg, and was pulling like an absolute I almost thought she was going to get on the grippers with two hands and literally stand on my knees and start swinging off my knees. But let us know, guys, if you do have any horror stories of dentists or appendix. I was quite lucky with my appendix. I got rushed straight in. As the doctor took my appendix out, they burst. So I ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks on a drip. So I was quite lucky, survived, as you're going to hear. But yeah, they're funny old things. I've got to be honest. But one of the things I want to touch on is recently McLaren have signed a new driver for next season. We all kind of knew it was coming. Piastri, we all had a thought. There was obviously the big mix-up with Alpine coming out saying that he was driving for them, and then he came out and was like, "No, I'm not." It was all a bit dramatic, but it seems to have been cleared up now, and he's well in for McLaren, Ferrell.
Well, it is Oscar Piastri coming in after all. I don't think it's very spectacular. He signing with McLaren. It's kind of a I don't know. I should curse less. So it's kind of a genital move towards Ricciardo. What McLaren has pulled there, at least as far as I'm aware from stuff they were doing.
Mm.
So Well,
The thing is, they were never going to wait for Ricciardo to leave. They weren't going to wait for him to leave before they announced it, because they need to announce it well in advance to let everybody know what's going on. But at the end of the day, you know, they've got to announce it. They've got to get this driver line set up. They've got to get it out there. You know, we go into silly season. Hell, I'm sure if I put my name out there, I would be driving for Ferrari next year, because it's all got a little bit crazy. But at the end of the day, they've had to announce it. So I don't think there's any disrespectful intent there, but I think they've had to do what they've had to do to get their
well,
driver list out there.
as far as I'm aware, like this is nothing really confirmed, but it's just some things I have seen and read online from different sources. So I think it's right. And if it is not looking good for McLaren there. Because apparently they have signed Piastri on the 4th of July.
Yeah, but that wasn't at roundabout the same. When did the Alpine thing come out?
Only in August throughout the break. So the thing is, they were like from what we have seen from Ricciardo at that time, he was still kind of fighting for his position there. He was still kind of trying to keep with McLaren. The statement that he will be staying with McLaren for another season was way beyond that.
Mm.
So that's like the whole timing thing it just doesn't add up, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't add up. But you know, they've done what they've done, and at the end of the day, you know, we've all just got to kind of, you know, suck it up and kind of go for it. You know what I mean? As we see, practice has started. Vettel is out as well. Stroll is out currently, and Perez is looking at going to be heading out. There is you know, what are we expecting for free practice free? Because at the end of the day, I think it's a difficult one, right, Phil? Because at the end of the day, we're all kind of expecting Max to run away with this race. I think deep down, everybody in chat is probably expecting Max to run away with the season, because of the way he's performed so well. And obviously, you know, we saw last time out in Spa that he was just on a different level compared to anybody else. Can anyone catch Max this season?
You know, there's always like those freakish things that can happen. I don't know, maybe Max got I don't know, cursed by a Roma lady, and I don't know, has to fight off the devil for the rest of the season to not be dragged to hell or something and can't drive. Then of course somebody can still take the championship from him. But if we're looking at it just like with how the races are going, maybe one or another blunder or anything, I don't think anyone can really take the championship away from him
No, I think that's the thing.
anymore.
You know, I think the practice sessions have not really thrown up a lot. You know, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, unlikely. Probably some would say unexpectedly took first practice 1 and 2. You know, Leclerc and Sainz a little bit more where we're expecting people to be, and obviously we're in for free practice free today. So there has been some people sort of debating whether or not, you know, is this Hamilton Russell's track? Definitely, I don't think it is. I don't think they're strong enough currently at the moment. I don't think the Mercedes are going to be there at the moment. Don't get me wrong. I'm pleased Russell was doing a job at Mercedes. It was always going to be tough underneath a 7-time world champion. But I think currently at the moment, I don't think there or thereabouts. Ferrari, different situation. Keep making mistakes on the pit wall, constantly making mistakes. You know, I saw a meme come out on Twitter this week. Charles Leclerc looking for a new job. Not only is he going to be the driver, he's going to be the technical director. He's going to be a statistician as well. He's going to be a planner for the whole race, for the whole team. They're just constantly making mistakes, and I cannot see Ferrari really making any difference currently at the moment within this situation. McLaren not looking too badly at all. They're 4th, 5th, free practice 1, and they're currently sitting. Norris was 4th in free practice 2. Ricciardo down in 10th. Can they make a difference? They're progressing. The season has been tough for them as well, but they're progressing one after the other after the other. So it's going to be interesting to see where they can go. Top 10, definitely. Top 5, maybe, depending if Ferrari make any more mistakes, which currently they're making one after the other. Alpine again looking strong with Alonso this weekend, so it's going to be different to see how they progress. 8th and 9th currently in free practice 1 as well. So keep an eye on them. There's a lot coming out from free practice this weekend. We've got 57, give or take, around about 50-odd minutes on the clock ready left. So the times are going to be starting coming in. Perez currently sitting on a 1:13.792. Is that going to be the fastest lap? Definitely not, because Charles Leclerc did a 1:12.345 in second practice. So people will be looking for times underneath that. They've got to get them this week, Farrell. I think top 5, I would say Verstappen, Perez, and I'm expecting maybe Norris to pop one in there as well as a surprise, because I don't think Ferrari are just doing enough. I think they need to get hold of whoever is their strategic expert and say, dude, get out. My 6-year-old could do better with color, with some crayons on a piece of paper, mate. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, it was the last race. I was watching on our Discord server. By the way, we have a Discord server. Link is going to be in the description. Join there to be a bigger part of the best Formula One community this side of the Mississippi or something. Well, anyways, I was watching there, and when the safety car came out, I was just there like, ooh, look, that's going to be the first Ferrari blunder. I'm fairly sure they're going to pit Leclerc now and put him on the hard tire or something. And alas, that's exactly what they did. It was weird. But yeah, no, actually, another thing I quickly wanted to touch on, I think towards the end of the season, once Max has secured his title, the season might actually pick up for a second, third, and a Constructors' Championship. As well, the performance they are currently pulling out of Verstappen's car is insane. That engine is not gonna last very long. Like, of course, it made it through Spa. It will probably make it through Zandvoort without problem. Maybe they can make it work in Malaysia next weekend, but then the engine is pretty much done. On the other hand, he is a champion by then, I guess. Points wise, not going to be taken from him anymore. So maybe we will see them just slap in an engine that is not too good. Maybe just, have him out there so he's there grabbing one or another odd point. And actually not even fighting anymore for the lead. I mean, it would be nice if it's basically like, yeah, okay, we get the championship secured. We're just driving because we have to drive. Trying to get Perez out there. And then opening basically those lead spots and pole positions to everybody else.
I think that's the thing we discussed last week. Now, you jumped in late with me and Biggles on free practice 3, and then we discussed the strategy for Red Bull last week. Was Verstappen needed to tow Perez into pole. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Verstappen went out and he still took pole even with his penalties. Can that open up to looking at almost the selfish side of a driver that wants to be first? He wants to win everything. There isn't a team spirit in him. Can we look back and say, well, actually then, is it really the driver's fault that haven't succeeded with him? Because clearly Red Bull have built that car for Max and only for Max. There was no question about it.
Absolutely.
But the fact that they didn't team up and get Perez on pole shows me that maybe the other drivers are not the problem. It opens it up that Verstappen could be the problem in the team. Yes, he's number one. We knew that. He signed his multi-million-pound deal. He was going to get, I want number one driver. But at the end of the day, to not work with Perez, who I think can be absolutely incredible if he's got a back in, he must have sat there in, Spa last weekend and just gone, how am I losing to this guy by 12 seconds in the same car? I was in second and he's come from 14th, and it's just insane. But I'm just wondering whether or not Verstappen could be the problem. Yes, he's quick. We know that, and anybody's going to want a quick driver, but that teamwork doesn't seem to be there.
Well, I think there sure is one like some sort of a teamwork there. I mean, Perez is working great in a team. From what I have seen, it's
Mm,
the drivers quite like each other. That it didn't give a a pull for like that he
yeah.
didn't give a slipstream to Perez, pull him up into
Mm,
a pole position. As far as I was aware, they tried it like once or twice, but as the Camel Straight is right after a very technical section,
mm.
it might just be that they just didn't work it out. That there was just some time missing. I mean, if Verstappen gets up on Camel Straight about a second ahead of Perez, he can't just brake, wait for him to arrive, and then speed up again.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. Even with just watching Perez, obviously he's made a mistake and has still improved on his time. He's still improved, so he's up to a 1:13.603. So there is currently, guys, as you know, one car currently out on track as well. So that's why me and Farrell are kind of almost waffling on about things that we find quite interesting within the Red Bull setup as well. Yes, Farrell is right. Verstappen could not pull Perez along, and he certainly was not going to brake and slow down to get him there as well. So, both me and Farrell agreed that that was the only way they should have gone. But at the end of the day, they went a different way. So if they've gone a different way, that's the way they've gone. And at the end of the day, Max is their lead driver, and it probably was in their contract. I probably believe that he was number one. You know, it's a difficult one, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. You're paying him all that money, you might as well give him the car. You know.
Yeah, of course. Not the thing is not that he wasn't giving him that toe because he didn't want to or anything, but it was really like after this very technical section of the track, like that is La Source and then Up Radion. Um, Perez was just always falling back,
Mm,
and you can't break up there as um the speed difference. If Max was there basically to wait about a second or even a second and a half for Perez, he wouldn't be able to speed back up.
yeah.
So he would just be overtaken by him and there wouldn't be a tow anyways. So
Mm,
they tried. I have seen like one or two laps where Verstappen also has been going with kind of weird lines through La Source and Radion and everything, but Perez just couldn't keep up, and therefore the
hmm
tow didn't happen.
Exactly. As we can see, thousands of Max fans now, as Verstappen is out, Leclerc is out, Sainz is out, Hamilton is out as well. So we're going to see some times coming in thick and fast here in free practice free. Sorry, I'll get my teeth sorted out, and I ain't even been to the dentist. But there we go. So we got Verstappen on softs, Perez softs as well, Ocon on mediums, Russell soft, Leclerc soft, Sainz soft, and Hamilton soft. 1 day old for Hamilton, 7 laps for Perez. So Perez seems to be looking at trying to get some laps under his belt on that soft tyre to see how it reacts going into the race. As we've got a very fast start section here at
Yeah,
Zandvoort. We've
Max
got
has already been outpacing his teammate Perez by
Mhm.
1 second after sector two.
Exactly, and
So
I think
over the line now, that's 1.3 seconds ahead of his teammates. That is pretty good, but I expect qualifying pace to be around 1.5 seconds faster than this. High 110s, maybe low 111s. But it's always difficult to say, like with this still fairly new generation car we are seeing the first time this season. My guesses on qualifying pace were always like half a second off. Sometimes half a second faster, sometimes slower. Even if you compare it to last year's qualifying times, depending on the track, they are about half a second faster or half a second slower.
Mm. Yeah, 1:12.309 for Verstappen, 1:13.319 for Sainz. 1 second near enough separating Verstappen from Sainz, from Hamilton, from Perez. I can't see Ferrell, and I'm a Verstappen fan, and this may seem biased. I cannot see anyone getting near Verstappen this year. I cannot see it. The kid is too good, and he is a kid compared to me because I'm probably a good 20 odd years older than this young sir. But at the end of the day, it's tough. JZX TRD, we'll have a look at that young sir and see who is distorting for you. If you can just pick out, this is me. Obviously, I'm the English one. Ferrell is not. So either one of us, mate, pick one of us, and we will try and adjust sound levels where appropriate. So Russell just got on first, second man into the 112s, 112.934. Absolutely flying lap from Russell currently there as well. So we're seeing improvements as the session goes on, Ferrell, and I think that's going to be the most important thing. If we're looking at are you saying you reckon quali 111.5? Possibly?
Yeah, maybe even into the 110s.
Oof.
I think pole position will be around 110.8.
Okay. Let us know in chat if you yes, the English one. Well, that could only be me.
Yeah, it is you. Your mic is peaking.
Okay, I will turn myself down on my own little mixer. Let me know if let me know if that's improved anything. And there you go. I've turned it down. I have everything down, and let me know if that improves at all for you all there, guys. So Norris is now out. So let's see how he can get on at the same time and go from there. I think, Farrell, as the session evolves, we've got more and more cars coming out onto track currently as well. You can see it on the map in front of you there, guys, as well. Norris, Magnussen, Verstappen, Schumacher, Ocon, Latifi, Leclerc is out as well. So keep an eye on that one here and see what happens. Norris currently is going to be getting to his sector 1 time. We'll have a look and see where he is at in conjunction with Verstappen. That is one of the Alpines. He's basically half a second slower already in sector 1.
Yeah, well, if we're looking at the tires, Norris is on a medium, same as Ocon, so I think they are trying some long runs they missed out on yesterday. Same for Ricciardo, also out on a medium, so I don't think the times they are putting in will be too impressive. They are just testing their race pace.
Yeah, I think so as well. Assad, what was Pole's last year time? Last year time in Pole in Q3 was a 108.885. Obviously, new car this year. We're going to get close? Possibly not. Now I'm just a little quiet. JZX, you're driving me crazy today. I'll tell you that much as I keep messing around with my mixer and saying, look, is this better? Is that better? JZX, let me know. Well, hopefully we're there. I'm in between the 2 settings I was last time.
I think you just need to get the mic a little bit further away from your mouth, as it is a mechanical peaking, as it sounds.
Thanks, mate.
That's fine.
No,
I think you can fiddle around with settings all you want. If you are screaming directly into the mic, that's not gonna solve your peaking issue.
Do you know what the problem is? This mic isn't anywhere near my mouth. It's about 2 to 3 inches currently away.
2 to 3 inches. Well, yeah. I got my mic about a foot away. So
yeah, but mine's a headset mic, mate.
Oh, right, all right. Yeah, so that's the issue. It's just a cheap mic, basically.
Really?
Oh, if it's a headset mic, few inches away and still peaking, yes.
It's a Sennheiser HMD 300 Pro. Thank you very. It was not a cheap mic.
Well,
let's put it that way.
I didn't say it's a cheap headset. I just said it's a cheap mic.
Well, it's plugged in. Right, that's it, Farrell. Me and you. I don't think there's going to be much more conversation today. I'm sorry. I can't be dealing with this disrespect today. I'll tell you. If anybody volunteers, wants to come in the booth with Farrell, let me know. I'll send you a Discord invite. Anyway. Oh, dear. Verstappen improved 112.196. Currently, Russell on a 112.934. 2 drivers in the 112s. That is the current state of if Mike is fine, I think. Cheers, Rins. You back me up. Yeah, 3 inches are a lot. Well, as we say, not out. Never mind. Shut up, James. Don't even go there. We're not going to go there. Yeah, Jose James trying to get rid of Ferrell. Absolutely. He's done. That's it. He's fired for the rest of the day. He's told me already. But there you go, guys. That is current state of affair. A lot of cars out on track. We are expecting times to come in, but we are going to be seeing fractured times due to traffic. Don't forget as well, it's quite, it's not quite an open wide track. We've only got one long straight, and the rest are twiddly turny curves here as well. So be aware, we have a lot happening currently at Zandvoort. There are a lot of cars out on track, so we will bring you all the times when and where they happen. We've got Sainz has just broken into the 112s, 112.917. So has Lance Stroll, Ferrell. 112.991 pops himself in fourth place.
Well, all this shows me is that everybody else will be around the 1 minute 11th then, because we haven't seen the Aston Martin doing too well, especially with timed laps. So yeah, this is like Stroll's mark is about what everybody else will be 20 seconds faster as.
Yeah, I think look, let's give Aston Martin credit. They might have bought some stellar upgrades this weekend, and Stroll might have decided that he's going to wake up this morning and be a good driver. I don't know. Who knows what the situation is going on at Aston Martin, but they're currently in fifth there as well. Leclerc popped it into second on a 112.720 currently and is flying along quite nicely. Sainz in third place. So we've got Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston Martin, and then a Haas of Schumacher. So there we go. Let's see how it happens now. We've got Ricciardo and Norris literally together on track as well. So that's going to be near enough quite interesting to see. Russell's trying to get out of the way. And the traffic is going to play a massive part in free practice with so many cars out on circuit currently at the Ferrell. So, fractured times at best, I think.
Yeah, probably. What I think is quite interesting is that there have been two team radios coming in. One's of Verstappen complaining that he is losing all grip after like one timed lap, which might be an indication of either the tires losing a lot of temperature or overheating during that. So the Red Bull mechanics sure have something to do on his car for this session to get that issue resolved. I mean, fastest car isn't very useful if you are just sliding around with it. And Russell has been complaining about pigeons in turn 7.
Okay, we'll get the man out there with the broom, Ferrell. We can go and swash them away. But there we go. Mr. Pierce, why did they put Ricciardo and Norris out on the same piece of track? I don't know. No answer for that one, mate. They have, and that's literally all I can tell you. They have currently, and Norris is flying along. Ricciardo, I believe, is back in the pits, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know, dude. I can't answer that one. We'll just have to see how that plans out currently as well. Leclerc still on a 112.7. Hamilton's just popped it into third at 112.823. Sainz 112.917. Russell 112.934. Still Stroll in the top 6. So we'll see how this one perceives going on as well. I think at the end of the day, the poll is up in YouTube. Who will take pole position today? Verstappen 59%, Leclerc 31%. As I say, I think I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to go back into the whole Ferrari debate as Ricciardo is back in the pits, back out on track again. I think it's Verstappen all day, and I think probably Checo might get himself sorted out as well, and he could end up in second place. Let us know what you think via the poll. If there's anybody who you think should be on there but is not on there, give us a shout, because at the end of the day, we've put the poll up. And they're the 4 that we're expecting to be into the main battle. Chloe, yes, Leclerc is second on a 112.97, still 6/10 short of the Max. I think Max has got the monopoly, to be honest, this weekend. His home track. We're going to be seeing a sea of orange flares across Zandvoort when Max comes home, bar any major natural disasters, earthquakes, tornadoes, or anything whisking his car away from anybody else. I think it's a Max victory, but there we go. Pigeons was faster than Leclerc. Michael, be nice. Michelle, be nice. Is it Michael or Michelle? Michelle? Michel? No idea. Let us know in chat which way round it is. Pigeons. Pigeons? Feral? What do we think about pigeons? What are they going to go do about the pigeons?
I think they're not going to do anything about pigeons. I mean, it was something else in Canada with Gary the groundhog. As a groundhog can't really fly away if a Formula One car is coming towards it. But pigeons, I mean, birds have a very good perception of speed, so they can get out of the way. So if the birds didn't already leave there, I think they will soon enough.
Well, I'm not going to lie. They have got some whistling fast F1 cars shooting past them. I'm not being sure that I would want to be involved with that. Mike Smith, shoot the pigeons. Yeah, all right. It'd go down well on live TV, wouldn't it, Mike? Come on. Let's think about it realistically. Maybe we'll get the drivers to line up and all shout Paul and see who can hit the first one. But you never know. It might happen from these multi-million-pound stars that we're currently sitting here watching as we see Perez back out on track as well. Times not massively improvements. Still got people in 1:12.934s. Russell's still in there. Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc, Verstappen. Schumacher, not as yet. Don't shoot the pigeons. They're not doing anything wrong. Oh, Jose, don't start battling with Mike about pigeons. Blimey, that's the last thing we need today. With it all going up.
But I'm with Jose there. I mean,
well, you can't shoot them, can you?
Well, I could. The question is if I should.
No. Don't get me wrong. You know, they're not my favourite piece of animal. The last thing I like is going walking along the beach promenade eating my ice cream, and I'm thinking I'm eating vanilla, and there's something dropped on there from a pigeon that I'm not aware of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but never cease pain. Absolutely my favorite. About just having the pigeons drop a bombshell on one of the drivers in quali.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? You see it in the Leclerc helmet cam, and all of a sudden it just gets splattered with white stuff. Oh dear, that'd be quite funny. As you see, Hamilton is on a flying lap currently as well. We'll see how he gets on. He's had to, looks like he's had to maybe possibly back off. But we'll see how he does as well. They are vermin of the sky, but they are part of parcel of it, and they were probably here before us anyway. So let's leave the good old pigeons alone, and they'll move on their own, I'm sure. As we can see, two banks of traffic trying to get out the way here. Traffic seems to be an issue at this circuit, and I think it's going to play a part as well during other sessions. You know.
Well, if you have a track where you get around 1:10 or let's say 1:15 on race pace, it's gonna get crowded. That's just not that much room to spread 12 cars through.
Exactly, as you see, as predicted, and did back off, which I thought he was going to do as well. Don't forget, guys, there are links down in the description below. You can go and hit me up over on Twitter and obviously on YouTube as well. So they're all down in the description. So if you want to see more of what is happening with us here at Racer Statistics and myself personally, is all down in the description below. So go and feel free. Go and hit the follow button. It's free after all. It doesn't cost you anything, unlike some streaming platforms that we will not mention. But if you are here for the first time, subscribe, give the video a big old thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on the bells because we will be live with qualifying as well. It's not me and you though, Farrell, is it? Who's doing qualifying today?
I'm actually not sure
who
will do it. Probably Ryan, but haven't had too close of a look at the roster we're having.
No,
just nobody was in for free practice, so
you thought
I will push through my pain and do those.
Yeah. You know, hey, look, we're here, Farrell. What more could we ask for? Jose, James adds a lot of spice to his commentary. Well, yes, I certainly do. I do get a little bit excited as well. I can't point you in the direction of the video, but there is one video where I'm physically standing up in my broadcast room screaming because somebody took a victory that was completely unacceptable. Unexpected, not unacceptable, because it was unexpected. But anyway, enough about me. We're here to talk about the F1, and I'm sitting here in the booth with Farrell. Maybe Racer Statistics can let us know who is doing qualifying. That would be absolutely stunning. I can't. I don't really know what to say today, Phil, because it's such a sort of a dominant affair with Russell, with Verstappen. Sorry, it seems like everybody else is just kind of they're almost like pigeons fighting over the scraps of bread that Verstappen's dropping behind him. I just there's no
Yeah,
words for
sort of. And as long as the engine with the specs he's having now is holding together, pole positions and P1s are off the books. It's
it.
just that's his to take. Everybody else fight for everything from P2 onwards.
Lou, Eric, Russell takes pole. Sorry, buddy, can't see that happening. And that's not
I
because
would like it. You know, I'm always like kind of last year I was really rooting for Verstappen as he was the one to end Mercedes dominance.
mm,
But now it's kind of getting into a Verstappen dominance. So
yeah.
I really want that to end or not to even occur. I mean it's not an era of dominance yet, but I don't know.
It's getting
It's
that
just
way. It's getting
yeah,
that way.
it's getting dull kind of. It's like yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's.
Verstappen's doing good. Red Bull brought a nice
Mm,
car this season. All right, cool. Move along.
I wonder though, right? Maybe it isn't just Red Bull bringing a nice car and move along. Are we seeing the start of? It's almost like Max has gone on his own career journey, and is now seeing the evolution of Max Verstappen. Because let's face it, you know, Jos was, well, never the greatest. Not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
don't know if anybody watched the Formula One when Jos Verstappen was racing. Let's put it this way: if you saw him in an arrows at the back of the grid, I think it was even probably might have even been before that. But he wasn't the greatest, and I think is this where Verstappen's going out now? They always say one generation does better than the last in your family. Are we seeing the evolution of Verstappen? Are we seeing the fact that he is doing better than his father because he is, but the other drivers are just not catching up? Obviously Ferrari's woes are Ferrari's woes. That's their issue.
Yeah, well, that
I'm
is
not a simp.
always
Hold on a minute, brain. I'm not a simp. I promise you. I just wondering if we're seeing the evolution of Max rather than what's happening within Red Bull.
well, I don't know. Like it's the same thing we have seen throughout the last years with Hamilton. Like was Hamilton really that good of a driver, or was it just a perfect combination of driver and car? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's a bad driver. None of the Formula One drivers are bad. If they were, they weren't in Formula One. You know that they
Mm.
are the 20 best in the world. There's just a worst of the 20 best. But every driver is good. Don't get me wrong on that one. The thing is, if you looked at Hamilton and how the Mercedes was behaving throughout those dominant years, that was the perfectly built car for Hamilton.
Mm.
And as we have seen in Bahrain 2020, I think, or 2020, when Russell was able to get into Hamilton's car, like that performance he showed there was stellar. So the car itself definitely is important to that. Like the car is 50% of the athlete's performance.
So are
So
you saying, sorry, just quickly, while we're on this subject, are you saying then if I put Verstappen, whichever way somebody has commented that apparently I say it incorrectly, in chat. So if we're saying we put Verstappen in a Haas, he's not going to do the same job.
he's going to do the same job and put the Haas wherever he can put the Haas, but Verstappen won't win in a Haas.
Are we going to put Schumacher in a Red Bull and expect him to go out in victory then?
Absolutely not. He is not good enough of a driver yet.
So we are seeing then at the end of the day the evolution of Max Verstappen.
We're seeing his evolution with the car. Like the point is, yeah, of course we will see the evolution of Max Verstappen, but if you put Mick Schumacher into that car and don't put basically the pressure on him that he needs to perform, considering to the car, we will see him become champion within like maybe 2 or 3 seasons, as this would be the evolution of Schumacher. Like every driver has his own evolution and is learning from race to race to race and getting better with basically every race they're doing until they're over peak and start getting worse with every race they're doing. But
we have just seen Ricciardo put it into the gravel, so be aware, we are aware that Ricciardo has just put the car into the gravel. He managed to make it out by the looks of it as well. That's probably not going to do himself any favours whatsoever. So there we go. You know, what can we expect from Ricciardo this year? Probably just playing out the rest of the year and trying to get to the end and to take probably his 21 million and dive out of McLaren as soon as possible. Is he going to put the effort in? 100% he needs to for his own reputation. But will he go down and fight where he necessarily wants to? I don't know. It's going to be a tricky subject, and only Ricciardo will know what exactly he is truly up to for the rest of the year. All he's going to know is he's not going to want to put on a bad performance, so he's got to go full bore as best as possible. I think that's where we're at with Ricciardo, really, isn't it, Ferrell? He's coming towards the end of his contract. He's going to put the effort in because he wants to drive somewhere next year. You know, we were talking last week about possibilities of IndyCar. You know, Haas has been mentioned, Alpine, and you know, silly season all over the place. Next, we'll see him in a Ferrari, but he's got to do the job this year, and he's got to do it professionally for McLaren.
yeah, of course, like he is professional enough to be there, have his job. He's performing as good as he can. And that's about it. The question is, like what will he do? Like he will finish this season in with as many points as he can probably muster. And I don't think he is thinking too much about next season by this point. Like maybe Haas will get out, be like, "Hey, yo, Ricciardo, what do you think? Need a teammate for I don't know, probably for the other one, Magnussen. You know, we're not signing Schumacher, so we need another teammate for Magnussen. What do you think? Feel like coming here or not?" But it's not something he is putting too much thought in as of now. It's focus on the race.
Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. Let us know what you think from your situation. Do you think Ricciardo will be in IndyCar, or do you think he's going to be somewhere else in Formula One? Do we think there's a chance he may drive for somebody else in Formula One? Let us know in the chat. We've still got the poll up. Overtake poll, and currently Verstappen is 62%. Leclerc 29, Sainz 6, and Perez on 3. Is there any improvements on the time currently? No. We've still got Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz, Russell, Stroll still in the top 6 there, Ferrell. We said he might drop off. He hasn't really gone anywhere. Schumacher in 7th. So that's going to be the interesting thing there, and whether or not they stay where they are. Ricciardo currently down in 19th. Not a good showing so far, but he is on the medium tyres. Stroll is he's on the softs as well. As you can see, the top 10 are all been on softs. Top 11 after the 11 to 20 are mediums. So there you go. It's coming within the last 20 minutes, give or take soon. Ferrell, still got Verstappen out in front.
Yeah, but we are seeing Verstappen doing more runs on a soft tire now, so probably trying to get closer to that qualifying pace. But he is not improving on any of his sectors at the moment. So yeah, maybe he has better grip now after a timed lap. But if he does, his timed laps have become a whole lot worse.
Yeah, exactly. Just catching up with some of the things in chat rins. Honestly, I'll just lay back and chill if I was Ricciardo. Maybe Daniel could go back to Red Bull, but then again, Marco always prefers young drivers over old drivers. This is also true. Shadow, I think Ricciardo would maybe go to Haas if Mick doesn't do well. It's a tough one for Mick, I've got to be honest. I'm not going to lie. He's got Magnussen, who's a wily old experienced driver. So Schumacher is obviously learning because he's he is ahead today and hasn't been that too far away throughout the season. So at the end of the day, it's always going to be tough.
Yeah,
Always
no.
gonna be tough.
If you ask me, Ricciardo will end up at Alpine.
Yeah, I think so as well. Albon's just gone P3 on a 1:12.775 near the end, within the last 20 minutes, near enough as well. So there you go. Purple third sector as well for Albon on a 22.019. So there we go. Absolutely flying as Albon did. Now, Albon did a good showing in the Williams, did a good showing overall in Spa. Do we think they've brought their continuation of their form this week? Because obviously Albon popping it in third and he's green, I think he's flying. So what do we think with Williams? They haven't been around the last few seasons at all, to be honest. And what are they getting it right, Ferrell? What's all of a sudden they got to Spa and this car's turned into a Red Bull? What's going on? Any ideas?
Williams was taken off of Claire Williams' hands, and it was heavily invested into the team. So they're basically not running on that very, very low budget anymore. They are able to really invest into R&D as well. So they are just coming back up as where they're basically expected to go.
Yeah.
Just from they have just been getting heavy investments throughout the last 2 or 3 seasons. So they are creeping back up. I mean, will they ever become a top team again? It's very questionable, as well. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Red Bull will perform terribly next season, because, well, we'll never know.
Exactly. Would I like to see Williams back at the top? Absolutely. Mansell days, Senna days, incredible. So Albon deserves a top team. He was in a top team, and he didn't do so well in the Red Bull. Was he given a chance? Maybe not. Would you though, Farrell, look at Latifi, and you're discussing weakest links in a team, and Williams have made changes. Obviously, Claire Williams is completely taken away now as well. To be honest, I'm surprised we've even got a Williams. I thought they might have had a massive name change by now. But weakest links, you've got a strong driver in Albon, but then you've got Latifi. The change has got to be made, surely.
Yeah, looking at the performance throughout the season, and
Sainz just gone on a 1:11.971. Sorry,
nice.
Purple across the board for Sainz on a 1:11. We did say we were looking at 1:10s, 1:10.8, I think Ferrell's predicted. But Sainz on a 1:11.971, currently flying along nicely in that Ferrari. Purple sector times across the board, absolutely incredible there from Sainz. So Sainz has made a big leap. He's obviously gone back into the pits and said, well, hold on a minute, something needs to be changing, and this is it. And he's gone out and has now put it on pole, not on pole because we're not in quali, but in F3 practice, he's put it on the front on a 1:11.971. Latifi P1 says random dude. Going back to that conversation, Farrell, I think there's got to be changes.
Yeah, no, Latifi's got to go.
It's got to go.
Yeah.
Let us know in chat what you think. We won't stick a poll up because we still got the poll running for qualifying, and at the end of the day, we don't want to victimise or pick on one driver, but Latifi's spun more times than me trying to learn ice skating, I'll tell you that much. And I do that quite a lot as well. So there we go. So good old Latifi, I think it's time for a change, mate. Good job. Nice knowing you. See you back in, I don't know, DTM's an option or something. You might be able to go along and do that as well.
Stroll just got a purple sector 1 though.
Yeah, he has as well. Vettel has as well.
Vettel, so
yeah. Has the track evolved that's allowing these times to come in? Because we are quite late on in the session.
Well, yeah, the track evolves with every lap that's going to be done.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, it's
yeah, I think we're going to have to keep an eye and see where this one goes. Vettel's got into third, 112.491 for Sebastian Vettel there, 112.491. Stroll up into fifth on a 112.773. Latifi, we're going to be looking at as well. What is it going to do? I think we're still on a 113.625. Maybe have a word with Albon there, Latifi, and see what you can do any different. Press the loud pedal a little bit quicker. But there we go. So we see the times coming in thick and fast. Stroll, Vettel, Latifi, Leclerc, Zhou, Russell, and Alonso. Currently, as you can see on the track map, out on track as well. So Vettel purple set to 1 currently, but he's looks like he's up behind Stroll. So we're going to have to see how that one pans out. 16 minutes remaining. We're going to be an absolute flying 16 minutes. So don't forget, guys, if you are here, subscribe, thumbs up, turn on the bells for notifications as well, and you can find all of the links to myself down in the YouTube description, so don't forget to go and hit me up over there. Vettel looks good. He does look good today. I'm very interested to see how he gets on as well. We know it's his last season, retiring, 4-time world champion. Is it a shame he's going? Absolutely. I like Vettel as well. He speaks a lot. He does a lot for the sport, diversity. And I think, to be honest, the message that he brings is absolutely incredible, as well as the job that obviously Hamilton does as well. I did see some messages earlier on in chat about Hamilton as well. I don't think what you were saying is completely true about the dislike of colour, skin, and what he stands for. I don't think that's really correct. And at the end of the day, I don't want to go into one big mass race debate here on the Racing Statistics.
Yeah, no,
channel. So please don't do that.
that's
Okay,
a can of worms we're not going to
yeah,
open.
so please do not do that at all. But please correct that. I don't think that is a correct thing to be saying here currently today. We're here for the F1. We're not here for that debate. Sites as well. 111.632 from Leclerc. He's just popped it onto the 111s as well. Not quite in the 111.5s yet, Farrell.
Yeah, well, it isn't qualifying yet.
I know that, but we're getting there, aren't we?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're also
have...
seeing the times tumble. I mean, Verstappen is still in the pit, so they are going to set up something on that car. So we'll see him back out in the next few minutes, I suppose. And then I guess we will see him. Yeah, no, probably going 111.4.
Well, we've just seen Russell go 111.698. So Leclerc on a 111.632. So they are first and second. Sainz is currently in third here as well. Verstappen in the pits, Albon in the pits, Schumacher as well. There's a good few drivers still in the pits. Perez hasn't really come out from that beginning run yet, Ferrell. And I'm wondering if they're trying to work out and see what everybody else is kind of doing before they start making changes on him. Because he hasn't been out for a while since that he did that long run on the softs first off, didn't he? I think it was about 7 or 8 laps in. So track is warming and got faster. Yes, it has. It's currently got faster as the cars are going along, but a lot of cars are in the last 3/4 of this track. So they are going to have to basically pay attention to traffic as well, because they are all banked within the same area currently at the moment. There is a nice
Hamilton is on a flyer, but it looks like he will get impeded by traffic fairly soon.
Yeah, he's got Ricciardo, Norris, Russell, and everybody else. So it's a tough one, isn't it? That's what we were talking about earlier on.
Well, Alonso is letting him by.
Tough
so Ricciardo, Norris leaving him by as well. It looks, yeah, that's looking good. Coming up on Russell.
So he's across the line, 112.156, I believe. But we'll keep an eye out on that one. Hamilton into P4. Yes, Jose, he has gone P4. 112.156. Not quite in the 111s, but as Ferrell said, there was traffic. Literally, as we mentioned, there was traffic all in the third sector.
Yeah, but no. You can't blame that on traffic. Like, everybody has let him through. I mean, Russell has literally parked it between turn 13 and 14 to let him through. So no chance now. That is not a traffic issue there.
Okay. Not a traffic issue, says Ferrell. Are we saying then it's a Mercedes issue?
Wouldn't call it an issue. I mean, he put it into P4. Like, that's not an issue. just because they are not like 30 seconds a lap ahead of the whole field anymore, it doesn't mean it's an issue, you know?
No, I'm not saying that. I don't believe that at all. I think it's. I was going to say something that was probably going to be very controversial, but I think the fact that everybody else is now getting involved with the front end of the Formula One grid, I think, is a mass improvement on it. Mercedes just haven't been there. You know what I mean? As we
Yeah,
saw,
no,
there's been car development all over the place with everybody, but it's just at the end of the day, um, you know, I think it's great that everybody's up the front end again. Bear, guys, calm down. This is just practice. We will have to wait for quality to see the real pace of each team. Yes, Bear, we're a no, but we're allowed to get a little bit discussive and,
yeah, I mean, it's
excited.
like on a track. We are allowed to get excited about that. So
Yes, come on, Bear, bear with us. See what I did there, bear with us.
that was no.
What do we know?
Just
That was a good one. I like that.
no. What? No.
Hey, in my head it worked, Farrell. Give me a break. You know what I mean?
It's okay. It can work in your head. That's fine.
Oh dear, too many serious people in this chat. Rins, well, you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and we are here to respect people's opinions. But please, obviously, respect the fact that me and Farrell are here to present this to you as well, guys. For this watch along, we're trying to make it as exciting as we possibly can for you. Obviously, we fully understand it's difficult, but we do try and do a good job. So Norris up to 8th on a 1:12.591. Ricciardo 1:13.299 in 14th currently as well. So there you go. So bear with us, guys. We are trying to bring you as much as we possibly can here as well. Perez is out currently doing an absolute flyer. He's got a purple sector 1 here as well. Verstappen is back on track currently at the moment as well. So we will keep an eye on their times and see what they come up with. Ocon on a 1:13, Tsunoda 1:13, Ricciardo 1:13.299, Gasly 1:13.344. We reckon the time's going to be up at 1:11.5. So we're just going to see.
James, real quick, I made a prediction on what lap time Max will have once he's getting back out of the pits. Do you remember what time I have predicted?
1:11.5, you said, but then again, you said quali was 1:10.8.
Yeah.
So which one am I going with?
All right. So yeah, let's see what Verstappen is doing now.
Is that what I basically said? That was right, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty much what I was thinking.
Yeah, there we go. What's going on with Bottas? Well, not a lot.
Yeah, well, it was a 1:12.1.
1:12.1.
Can't always be right.
Well, Perez is good. Jumped up into 6th with a purple sector 1 on a 24.565. So he's obviously flying currently at the moment as well. You know, I'm hoping we're not seeing a Perez Verstappen tow here, but let's hope that these two cars are not going to be as tight as they are currently on track as well, because there is Tsunoda in the way that Perez is probably going to let go, and I hope he isn't going to try and pull Max, because that will absolutely suck. Verstappen in 1:11.837. So let's see how we go. We've got literally probably about 8.5 minutes remaining, so we'll see how we get on within the next 8 minutes. Red Bull going to fly in Monza with those straights. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. I agree. It's going to be a tough one.
Alpine is going to be interesting in Monza.
Yep. What do we think the McLarens can do? Where are they? It's been weird with McLaren. 1 minute they're there, then they're not, then they're there. It's like the chocolate biscuits in my house. 1 minute they're in the cupboard before the kids get them, and then the kids eat them and they ain't there anymore. And that's kind of like McLaren at the moment. It's a bizarre one with them. I got to be honest. I don't know what's going on. Ferrell, any ideas?
Well, kind of. How could I say this? Struggling midfield team. Like they can get the car there, they can get the performance out, but it seems like they haven't really gotten a grip of this whole concept thing they're having for this season, and it looks like whatever they're doing, it's always like 80% voodoo. And well, if it works out, if the voodoo gods are smiling upon their performance for a weekend, they're absolutely flying, bringing the fight right there into the front. But I don't know if they just stumble during their gracious dances they do around the car. It's just, yeah, well, there you go, back to P20.
Mm.
It's just they're all over the place, kind of.
Do you think that's because they've got this equal driver structure and really they should look at trying to put the car almost like Red Bull done onto Norris? Do you know what I mean? Give Norris the car like Verstappen was obviously doing in Red Bull. Maybe it's the fact that they're spread across both drivers. What do you
Yeah,
reckon?
it might be like there is so many factors, and as long as you're not kind of a fly on the wall in that factory and the team meetings, all you can do is speculate. I really think it's about they're both pretty good drivers. I think the car is stretched a little bit more towards Norris, which is why Ricciardo is having all of those issues.
Mm.
So, but yeah, also with Norris, I really think the whole aerodynamics, the performance, the whole tire management setups they can do on the car is just something their engineers haven't really gotten like 100% of a grip on.
Yeah, I think so as well. Schumacher has just gone 112.558. Magnussen 112.606. So Schumacher outdoing K-Mag currently at the moment. Let's see how that one materializes in qualifying. So what is the story so far of free practice free? Well, Verstappen's been flying all the way through until the track evolved about, good 15 minutes ago. Leclerc come out, absolutely smashed the time, went down to 111.6, as you can see as well. Russell is there as well. Verstappen is back out on track trying to improve currently as well, but is now down in third place. Sainz was in first very shortly until Leclerc come along. Hamilton was back up into fourth again until Sainz come along. And they seem to be outdoing each other. The times have improved as the session has gone on. We saw Ricciardo go into the gravel at some point as well. So Ricciardo did take a diver into the gravel at the same time, but he seems to be quite all right. And the car was okay. He went into the pits, got it sorted out. Obviously, the Ferraris weren't fast at the beginning, but obviously they've been fast at the end. They went and sat in the pits and has currently got whatever tweaks they've got done. Albon, carrying on from his last week at Belgium, was up in, well, third place, I believe, or fifth place, and is currently down in 13th as the track rubbers in. So that has been the story so far. You are here on the Racing Statistics YouTube channel with myself, James Parfit, and Ferrell here, and all links are down in the description below as well. So much love for you all for joining us. Thank you so much as we're coming just under the 5-minute mark now, Ferrell, of practice remaining.
Well, yeah, it seems like they don't really like Red Bull doesn't really have a grip on their car for this weekend. As Verstappen is getting out and in of the pits quite a lot right now for probably just minor setup changes.
Mm.
So Verstappen going out on another flyer,
It's interesting to
apparently.
see Perez has done the most laps.
Um, I don't know. I'm not counting
Yeah,
laps. But
Perez is currently
Paris
on 25. He's done
sounds
the
like
most.
sounds like yeah, sounds pretty much like he has done the most.
Yeah, he's on 25 currently at the moment. He just, I don't know. I don't know. He's currently in sixth place. Verstappen 111.793. They're not really sure what's happening. As we mentioned earlier on as well on team radio, Verstappen did come out and say that he's having struggling with tyres practically after lap one. So they are literally chewing up after one. He cannot put the power down. He cannot do what he's supposed to be doing, and is currently struggling. So they've been in and out, in and out, in and out, trying to get that car set up. Perez is obviously trying to do the same thing currently as well. So, guys, we are bringing you the action as we see it. We are in under the 4-minute mark now. So we're coming right near the end currently at the moment. Where do you think, if what have they done to that Red Bull? Because clearly he was quicker earlier on. You know, have they changed something for the worst, or are they trying to change something for the better to combat the Leclerc's pace at the beginning?
Well, looking at it, the tires and everything, I think they did some minor adjustments on the aero every time they got the car in. But I think they have been really working with the camber and toe angles of the tires there.
Mm.
At least it looks like that as the tire we can see right now in the box. It looks like it looks like the surface is evenly used, but like much more on the outside, kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, on the shoulder bit.
yeah, the outside shoulder seems to
Yeah.
be quite used up, but without a break in it. So it's basically 10% on the inside, 40% on the outside, and the rest nice and linear in between.
Yeah.
So I
So
think this is the thing they are currently working on. Just looking at the tires of him lap after lap, they're always looking a little bit differently used.
mm,
And
absolutely.
those adjustments are very, very hard to get right.
Yeah, we have entered into the last minute of free practice free. We have got some cars out on track. I'm not expecting massive improvements. Sonoda on a 113.256. Most everyone on top is staying in the pits, says Jose. Yes, they currently are as well. Russell's out. Bottas, Gasly. Well, you can see it on the map. You don't need me to read the names, guys. I'm pretty sure you're all there or thereabouts, being able to read the names quite fine. I think the session has brought some interesting developments with Ferrari and Mercedes managing to go up in P1 and P2. You know,
Yeah.
you
So now, yeah, well, 30 seconds to go. I don't think we will see Verstappen back out, and
no.
the team is not happy with how they are performing right now. So it's gonna be interesting for qualifying, as after this session we are entering Parc Ferme, and
Mm,
whatever they do to the car now, they gotta keep it that way.
exactly.
And they haven't been able, like, they have been able to put in very fast laps, but they lost basically the tires throughout that.
Mm,
It seems like they now have been able to put in good laps they can be happy with, but they were not able to keep to like get the timings in, but they got the tires.
mm,
So now they basically have to take all the data from all of those sessions and try to guess the best setup they could do. So qualifying could get interesting, as they might hit the nail on the head, or they might just lose out completely on that.
yeah, exactly. As well, guys, you see, FP3 has come to an end. We'll wait for everybody to go round and finish off what they have already started. So Cheyenne, I think Red Bull was struggling to set up the car properly. Looking at the times, they are struggling the most in high speed, high downforce bits, just like in Spa. But everywhere else, they are good. They are, yep, as well. So we'll just have to see here and see if there's any major improvements as it goes on. WTF is Sainz doing? I don't know. I don't know. Ferrari practicing the toe, says Turt, who says maybe they're evolving. And I did see a message earlier on
So,
Ferrari going to plan ZZZZZ.
yeah, Gasly has just demonstrated his hate for the 150-meter board. I can understand that. Those are my least favorite boards as well.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that should be irrelevant in Gasly's head currently. Truth. I don't know if I'd be more worried about boards than I am about trying to keep these cars on the track. But hey, look, all to their own. You know what I mean? Got to do what they got to do. So there we go as well. Sainz not happy with Perez as well coming on team radio. I don't know what Perez is doing as these guys are coming near
Yeah, well,
into turn three.
I'm fairly sure Paris also radioed to his pit wall that I don't know what science is doing.
Exactly. Lovely impressions we're doing today. I tell you, I don't know if absolutely,
Absolutely.
we're getting it there, Farrell. Come on, this is our job to get it as excited as possible as well. As we've just seen Gasly ripping through the 150-meter board. Everybody else going into the pits. So there we go. Lol, blame it on each other, says Jose. Absolutely, that's what they're going to do, isn't it? Don't you're used to it. One message that says it was his fault. Next message says it was his fault. Whose fault was it? Only nobody really knows, and at the end of the day, we can just speculate here in the booth. We're not
I
stewards.
think the pigeons are at fault there.
Oh, don't! You'll see Perez out there with a shotgun doing the pigeon thing again as well. So there we go. FSN Mercedes pole today. No, I don't know. We're looking like on the pole. Verstappen is 59%, Leclerc 31, Sainz 7, Perez 3. So there we go. What more can
Yeah,
we ask for?
I would kind of like to see Mercedes doing better again. Getting this whole Ferrari Red Bull thing a little bit mixed up with throwing a little bit of Mercedes in there, or maybe throwing a little bit of Alpine in there or something. On the other hand, I just fear if Mercedes is getting good again, we are just looking at the next era of Mercedes dominance.
Hmm.
And I don't want this. So I'm very much on the fence about it as no. I don't want, just have the two teams on the top and everybody else kind of scrambling for whatever there might be.
Well, they're like pigeons. They're
Yeah, no, I just I think you know what I
scrabbling
mean.
scraps. Yeah, I know what you mean, but they are literally just fighting for scraps, aren't they? As well. Race statistics there, practicing starts. Yes, that is what we are seeing currently as well, with all the cars on track to try and pull away. Qualifying not far away, guys, as well. Don't forget to turn on the bells. You will see when we go live with qualifying. That would be absolutely amazing, and you will keep it up to date. Qualifying will start currently in about an hour and a half, 100 minutes. The video has got on it. So if you aren't tuned in or subscribed to the Race Statistics channel, you should be. Otherwise, you're going to miss quali. So there we go, Ferrell. As always, young sir, it's been a pleasure to be here with yourself in the box today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, always enjoyed it very much. Still kind of in pain, so I hope you will do all the beautiful demoderation, reminding people to like and subscribe the stream, and be back in about 2 hours when qualifying starts. I leave that up to you. I just want to say that, it has been my pleasure. Always nice to work with James. And basically, as I said yesterday, always remember no matter how bad you feel, you are someone's reason to masturbate.
Exactly. So there you go, guys, as well. Not quite sure I would have ended on that line, but there we go, guys, as well. Thank you so much for joining us. It has come to the end. I've been James Parfitt. I've been here in the booth with Ferrell as well. So much love. King Choose, Rolling Stones, £5. Just joining.
Yeah, wait. Sorry, King Ju is here. Very nice joining us on a break. So that means he has time to do some push-ups. As I don't know if you've known that, but apparently Nico Rosberg has beaten Lewis Hamilton in equal machinery.
Nico Rosberg?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the season they were together, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he has beaten Lewis Hamilton in equal machinery. So it is a terrible meme. Meanwhile, it's nobody really laughs at it. But King Chu said that he will do 10 push-ups, 10 crunches whenever he is hearing that joke. So
okay.
I'm always making that joke as soon as I see him, annoying all the rest of our viewers. But we will have a buff as King Chu at the end of this season.
Oh, well, there you go. King Chu, get on your push-ups. But that's it, guys, from us here as well. Don't forget, all links down in the description. You can hit us up on Twitter and various other places. My own are down there as well. But much love to you guys. And all that's left for me to say now is take care. Enjoy your rest of your day. And we might see you in qualifying. Goodbye.
Bye.